Welcome to 2025. It is January 1st, 2025, as I record this video to say thank you all who have come through the new year with me. I am thankful for your existence because, hey, we've made it. I also want to recognize that some of us don't believe that it's actually a new year because it's the dead of the winter. And some feel like the winter is not where new things are springing up, but it's in the spring. What I want us to adopt in this new year on the Dear Creator algorithm channel is us creating our reality, us being intentional about the thoughts, us being intentional about a man thinking, so is he, that our tongue can edify, and merely just learning and having those conversations that steer us in the right direction. So, with the idea that we all are in 2025, and no matter if we think that the new year is the flop and we start these new year goals and they're going to be dead along the way in the winter, what do we want from this new year? Can we start at zero, and can we apply this idea that no matter if it's the new year, January 1st, or if it's the beginning of the springtime, I have that option and the opportunity with all of these days to go forth and be intentional about my belief systems and the thoughts that create my reality. So, with this idea, I am going to journey through these 12 months. I'm going to take advantage of starting at zero. So, we're at day one, and I want to make sure that I show up in these 365 days with something that we can apply to our self-awareness journey. So, from January through December, I have some themes about our belief systems. And if you're anything like me, you love playing games, the get to know you games, and learning people's thoughts and ideas, and finding inspiration through content that we consume. And so we're going to consume our own content and dig into the thought processes that we may not come through or come by every day. What I mean is, there might be a question that comes through this series that I'll have for each month that you might not even thought about. And the goal here is for you to just take one day, one page, 1 minute, and to reflect on an answer to that question. So let me go through the 12 months and their themes. After I go through the 12 months and their themes, I'm going to come back to January. So in the days in January, we have 31 days in January. Each day, starting today, January 1st, there's a question. And so we'll put that question at the top of our page, and then we'll put either a minute on the clock where we can just answer. And after that minute, we don't do anything beyond that, or we just use up that page to the end. And if you want to go beyond that minute, and if you want to go beyond that page, you can. But that is the only thing required for this experience and for this experiment, is for us to just take that one day, that one question, that 1 minute, that one page. Okay, so what are the themes for the 12 months? So on the screen here, I'm going to go through each month and I'm going to let you know what the process will be. So if you want to join me for either 1 month or 2 months or all the months, you are invited. You can click on the link in the description and say that you're interested in getting prompts for all of the months. But if you only want to experience 1 month at a time, after the first week of each month, I'm going to share the remainder questions at the end of that month. So I'll share the first 7 questions here on YouTube. And if you want those additional questions per month, you can subscribe to that month alone. That way you can do this on a month by month cadence and a project by project cadence instead of going through the entire experience. So what are the months and what can we expect out of the 12 months? So let's start with January. So for January, we're looking at our core belief systems. These are the ones that define our identity, our values, and perspective on life. In February, it's the beliefs about our relationships. How do we view love, friendship, and connection with others? For March, it's about our beliefs around food and the body. In April, it's about work and success. What are our ideas about ambition, productivity, and what success means to us? In May, it's about money and wealth. We're going to examine our thoughts around financial stability, abundance, and generosity. In June, it's about community and social life. How do we engage with others in the community, society, and the world around us? In July, what are our beliefs about freedom and independence? What does it mean to you mentally, emotionally, and physically? In August, it's our beliefs about faith and spirituality. And this is going a little bit in depth beyond the first month. We're going to talk about those spiritual beliefs, our practices, and that trust in the unseen. In September, it's a beliefs about education and knowledge. What do we value in learning? What is the growth that comes through knowledge, if so, and just overall curiosity? In October, it's our beliefs about play and creativity. How do we view fun, imagination, and the role of creativity in our lives? In November, it's about gratitude and grace. What is our perspective on forgiveness and how it shapes our relationships? And in December, it's a belief about our legacy and impact. What do you want to leave behind, and how does your beliefs influence your choices? So, with each month, with each experience, we are just going through thoughtful questions, but we're breaking it down so it doesn't seem so overwhelming and that we can really use each day to our advantage. Now, with just one day, one question, 1 minute, and one page, we can really get to the point where we accomplish our goals of learning a little bit more about ourselves. So that way, when we go through these different relationships and we have these conversations with people and we do stand against a certain position or we come across a topic, we have a little bit more understanding of what our triggers are, why we're triggered by it, or why we're inspired by it. This segment or these segments are not only an opportunity for us to keep a record of our experiences and our rights, it's really for us to create more stories and to create a path of thought that puts us in a position where we can get a little bit better in our community so that we do feel more fulfilled and we can go beyond the content that we consume and create content that not only impacts our lives but can impact others. The more that we know about ourselves, the more that we can be great contributors, independent contributors in this world. So let's look at January, and we're looking at January 1st. Here's the question for January 1st, and this is today. Okay, hopefully I get this video out on time. But today's question is, what is one core belief or one belief that you hold to be true? Now, with that 1 minute and that one page, you might not be able to answer the question, and that's okay. There is no right, there is no wrong. There's really just, what do I have with me right now? And if you don't have anything, then your goal is to get creative. Imagine, what questions do you have about why you might not know? So I'll give you an example. I believe in thinking on the good. And so I'll write out my true core belief is thinking on a good. I hold on to this. And then I might want to investigate why. You know, where do I get good from? How do I define good? I might even start to write out what that means. So for today, and only today, you write that question on your page and then you write your answer. Again, are you going to put a minute on the clock or are you going to use that one full page? Now, for the remainder of the video, I'm going to go through January 2nd through January 7th, and you can go ahead and prepare your journal and write the questions on, or you can come back to this video for each day from January 2nd through January 7th so that you can record and go through the experience with me. Now, for those who want a little bit more in-depth experience and they want to create a journal of their records of rights or their record of thoughts, and you want to work with me, you can go ahead and click on the subscription box and look at the link in that subscription box and join me for a journal session. Or you can just get prompts sent to you through email. You have the choices there. So just make sure that when you subscribe, you select whether you want to work with me and to create this journal process for the month or for a quarter or for the year. Or if you just want to get the remainder of January's prompts sent to you until the end of the month, and then maybe join me for the remainder of the year. So just want to make a foundation of what to expect here. I hope that you all enjoy this new experience. I'm excited about these projects. I like to work in projects. It helps my brain. And so hopefully those who are on a journey of learning more about their faith walk, learning about who they are, that you can come to this space and you can be in between. And what I mean by in between is it's not this idea of being lukewarm. It's really this idea of being able to develop your thoughts and not be pushed into one thought and not be comfortable, but really understand. I believe that we can have questions and they could even make our faith in one thing stronger, or it gives us an opportunity to study more and also giving us opportunity to say, hey, at one point I believed this and this is what I took note of and this is how I transitioned to this other belief and this is why this feels strong to me. Because at the end of the day, we're responsible for our choices and we can have people influence us to think one way or the other, but we should be confident in whatever it is that we believe and think. And it should be coming from a studied place. And so we can start with studying ourselves. Where did these thoughts come from? How did I attribute to this thought? Where does this belief system live in my life? Why do I gravitate to this belief system? Why am I triggered when people think differently than me? And am I afraid? Am I scared? Am I happy? Am I secure? And if I believe in these things and I do feel happiness and secure in my belief system and my thoughts, am I motivated, inspired to bring other people into this experience with me? For me, I want to invite people in this experience of thinking on the good. I have evidence in my life that it works more for me than thinking about everything negative. And so hopefully we can practice and continue to practice this here. That's going to be the foundation, but I'm also open for you to flush through all of the thoughts and belief systems here as we navigate through all the content. So before I close out, I'm going to go ahead and share the remaining questions for January, and I hope to see you through 2025. So January 2nd, what are the questions? We have, where did I first learn this belief and who taught it to me? So going back to my example, if my core belief is thinking on the good, did I learn that from society? Did I learn that from church? Did I learn that from a person? I did get it from the scriptures, but it was something that wasn't technically taught to me. It wasn't anyone in my ear saying, think on the good. It was something that gravitated to me. So you would answer this for yourself. On January 3rd, the next question is, how does this belief show up in my daily life? So again, I'm on that same belief from January 1st. How does thinking on the good show up in my daily life? That's what I believe in. And then you would answer for yourself. January 4th, what's one belief I've never questioned and why? For January 5th, what's a belief I follow that makes me feel strong and why? For January 6th, what's a belief I follow that makes me feel limited and why? And then January 7th, if I had to explain one of my core beliefs to a child, how would I do it? So those are the first 7 questions for this belief blueprint for January. If you want to continue with this project and this month only on our core belief system, go ahead and click that link in the description box below and subscribe for the month of January to get the remaining questions to your inbox. And if you're interested in cultivating a book out of all of your thoughts for this month, go ahead and look for that link to work with me one-on-one. Until next time, hold on to you as much as you can. Hold on to your health, your well-being, and your mind. Be mindful. Bye.